Hi, we're a part of the Urban Studies Field School at Boise State University. This semester, we've been working with community partners on a project to help shape the future of the Lusk District. Our focus is a proposed pedestrian corridor that will run through the new housing and commercial spaces, creating a safe and inviting route for residents and visitors alike. While construction hasn't started yet, we've been exploring design ideas to help turn this emerging space into a vibrant, people-friendly place.
The Lusk District is a bustling urban neighborhood located in the heart of Boise, Idaho. It is currently the most densely populated neighborhood in all of Idaho and is situated perfectly across from Boise State University, with easy access to Ann Morrison Park and the rest of downtown Boise through the Greenbelt. Historically, the Lusk District was a hub for industrial businesses who all relied on the Boise River for transporting goods. Now, it stands as a hub for housing college students and growing local businesses alike. Currently, the Lusk is undergoing a massive redevelopment project with the City of Boise, Boise State University, and the J. Fisher Development Group to not only revitalize the neighborhood, but to address pressing issues regarding housing, parking and transportation, and accessibility that have all been identified by the community. Between adding 300 new apartments at widely affordable rates, a 3-story parking garage to address the lack of reliable accessible parking, and a brand new pedestrian alleyway to better connect the Lusk to the greater Boise area, the Lusk redevelopment project aims to give the Lusk a better sense of identity and purpose while fulfilling the wants and needs of the greater Boise community.
Hi, I'm Katie. As part of this class, we've been working in interdisciplinary teams to build on the current redevelopment plans for the Lusk District. Each group brought together a mix of backgrounds, from business to urban studies to environmental studies, which helped us approach the project from multiple angles. Our teams focused on reimagining a pedestrian alleyway, not just as a cut-through space, but as a vibrant public destination. We explored how thoughtful design choices like creative paving, flexible seating, and good lighting can give the alley character and help it function as a true third space. Somewhere that's not home or work, but a space where people naturally gather. We discovered how important branding and wayfinding are for community identity. Over the course of the semester, we worked to combine site research, urban theory, and our experience in Chicago to develop design ideas that reflect the Lusk identity and make the most of this underused space.
Community engagement was a key part of our process. Engaging with the community allows us to get feedback from both residents who currently live in the Lusk District and travel through it, as well as people who used to live there or may potentially live in the future, and visitors of the Lusk. The primary demographic living in the Lusk consists of students who are notoriously difficult to get feedback from. Due to the nature of students only living in student housing for a short period of time, students may feel like they lack ownership of the place they live. We combine methods of active engagement and passive engagement. Our active engagement team conducted in-person interviews, while our passive engagement team created online surveys. Community engagement was crucial in shaping which elements we decided to include in our project.
For the passive engagement team, we created an online survey with questions surrounding the Lusk District. The main questions we asked were how connected people felt to the area, what features would make the area more welcoming, what makes the area unique compared to other parts of Boise, and lastly, there were questions surrounding how people feel about public art. We posted the survey on social media and hung it up around the Lusk District and BSU, and we got around 57 responses. The main findings from those responses were that people don't feel connected to the community, but they appreciate the easy access to downtown Boise State, the river, the Greenbelt, and Ann Morrison Park. People also said features like improved safety, walkability, public gathering spaces, community events, and better parking and local businesses would make the area feel more welcoming. People also showed a strong interest in having more public art like murals and sidewalk installations.
On the active engagement team, we conducted man-on-the-street interviews, managed the Urban Studies Instagram account, and then we shared project-related content and coded our qualitative data. Our interviews focused on asking people whether they knew where the Lusk District was, if they thought that it had good places to study or hang out, and the changes that they would like to see in the area. After compiling the results, we found that many students wanted more parking and expressed concerns about safety when walking around the Lusk. They also emphasized the addition of sidewalks and improved traffic flow and better lighting as well.
Hi, I'm Melanie. It was fun to see all the color and place-naming signage along with murals, artwork, accessibility, and sustainability elements that work well in Chicago, and then be able to be creative with our project and implement all of our experiences into the design. We were very intentional about the design elements we chose, making sure that the alley can be a place for community to gather, while still honoring the vibrant and green atmosphere of Boise, and ensuring that the history of the Lusk and its community stays at the forefront of our site plan.
Some of the highlights from the Chicago trip for me personally were seeing well-implemented examples of placemaking and urban design in action. Also multifunctional public spaces that were welcoming and well-loved by the community too. And it was also super valuable to connect with other urban studies students at U Chicago and learn about some of the creative projects that they were working on. And that exchange of ideas, along with the chance to collaborate more with my own personal team, was also a big part that I will remember for a long time. And then, of course, just being in such a lively, dynamic city, just giving us a lot of inspiration for our own project is also really great.
Hi, I'm Annabelle, and my biggest takeaway from our Chicago trip was getting the opportunity to visit so many unique urban spaces within the city. We visited a lot of publicly owned private spaces, or POBs, and there were many unique design elements that ended up making it to our final project. Elements like ample lighting, interconnected pathways, and wayfinding infrastructure are all things that we ended up taking into our final pedestrian alley project.
With our key takeaways from our Chicago trip in mind, our team decided to focus on business activation and safety and accessibility. For business activation, our design elements include branding, wayfinding, seating, and other built-in features like alleyway-facing businesses and spaces for pop-up vendors. To make the space feel safe and accessible, our team added lighting, traffic calming, emergency kiosks, as well as bollards and pavement markings for cyclists. In addition to these core focuses, our team felt it was important to include design elements that gave the space an enhanced sense of place. This was done through the street design, made from permeable pavers in the styled pattern of a flowing river. We also included a naturescape, replete with a water feature built into green stormwater infrastructure, and planter boxes containing various native plants.
Our team focused on imagining the Lusk District alleyway through the lens of placemaking and accessibility. The goal was to transform what could have become an underutilized space into a vibrant, pedestrian-friendly third place where community members could gather, relax, and feel a stronger sense of belonging. Drawing from inspiration from successful urban initiatives in Chicago, as well as insights from urban theorists like Jane Jacobs and Ray Uhlenberg, we aim to design a space that not only looked good, but functioned inclusively and sustainably for all users. The final design includes several key features like permeable pathways for accessibility and stormwater management, a welcoming archway to establish a sense of identity, string lighting and bollards for safety and ambiance, and mixed-use seating paired with native landscaping to encourage interaction. A Boise Depot mural created by local artists or students connects the space to Boise's history and fosters cultural identity. Our methodology combined site observations in Chicago, online surveys, and in-person interviews in the Lusk District. These methods allowed us to understand the lived experience of people in the area and directly informed the decision choices we made, ensuring the final concept was rooted in both community voice and real-world observation.
The Lusk District is one of the busiest pedestrian corridors in Boise, with over 2,500 people making more than 1.5 million trips each year. But as it stands, the area lacks the infrastructure and third spaces that support connection, comfort, and community. Throughout this project, we look closely at what students and community members want, then paired that with the real-world examples we saw in Chicago, like activated alleys, public spaces, and university-adjacent neighborhoods. We saw how thoughtful design can turn everyday spaces into destinations, and we brought those lessons home. With the new development on the horizon, the Lusk District has a chance to become more than a shortcut. It has a chance to become a place to stay, gather, and belong. Construction could begin as early as 2026, but transformation doesn't end with buildings. It begins when we show up, speak up, and help bring the space to life.
We want to extend our heartfelt thanks to all the incredible community partners who helped bring this project to life, as well as the Cooney Chapman Endowed Fund managed by Drew Alexander for their generous support. We're also deeply grateful to everyone who took the time to respond to our survey or speak with us out on the street. Your input was invaluable. And of course, thank you to the professors who guided us throughout this process. This project truly would not have been possible without the support and collaboration of this amazing team.
Yes.